Hello, today I'm shooting a new video. I'm going to explain something that I have already done, so this video is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to video shoot whilst doing the project, rather just explain what I already done, so hopefully you can maybe try to do something like this yourself if you want to try it. And today's video I'm going to explain how I used carbon fiber to fix what's called an engine under tray, which is basically just a big piece of plastic. And what happened to this engine under tray is that it cracked. The reason for that is that, like, if you drive over like a pothole, or if there's like something in the road like a big stone, then it's gonna hit up onto this engine under tray, and well, it's just plastic, so it's going to crack. It's a very common problem, and what you want to do is, like, you need to fix that, because once it's broken, it's gonna like drag it onto the road. It's gonna make a hell of a noise, and also it's gonna just crack up some more. And usually that means you need to replace the whole engine under tray, which is a bit of a pig, you know, because it's expensive. So what I tried to do is, well, it's a cheap fix, but it's also kind of a cool fix, because, well, you do want carbon fiber on your car. If you're a car guy, you'll understand. If not, you won't. So I'm gonna show you this engine under tray here. It looks like this. Let me just take a step back here. This is the whole engine under tray. There's some holes there. They're supposed to be there. I think there's because of cooling in the engine. And what's happened is that it's cracked in several places, like here, here, and also there were some cracks here. So what I did is, like, I bought a kit online, some carbon fiber and some epoxy glue. You can see here's the actual carbon fiber material, and it's just like woven. It's like, well, it's fabric actually, and it's this carbon fiber, once you have it like this, it's very, very fragile. I mean, you can just like pick it apart. I'm not gonna mess it up too much, but just to give you like an idea. And that might seem a little bit weird that it's so fragile, because the reason for this is, like, you have a lot of strength, like, along the carbon fiber, but without like the epoxy glue, it's not really that strong. You can just like tear it apart, like, with the fibers, because the strength of the carbon fiber is, like, you have strength that goes alongside the fibers. It's very strong, and then when you add like epoxy, it makes like this bonding, and it's this combination that's so strong. Let's see if I can shoot some of the chemicals I used. I run out of chemicals, so I don't have all of it, but let's see here. Here's the epoxy resin. It's like quite clear in the color. And you want to like mix this epoxy resin with a hardener in a certain. I think there's like you need like 6 parts of epoxy with 1 part of hardener, and it's very important that you're very well. You need to get that blend right. You know, not too much, not too little. Actually, even if you get too much, then the epoxy won't harden, and you end up with this like gel-like glue that doesn't hold the strength at all. So you have like 2 different parts of epoxy. You have like a base layer epoxy that you put onto whatever you wanna fix. In this case, you would start like with the base epoxy. You would wait a little bit until that mix gets sticky. Depending on the temperature and the humidity in the air, that might be like 2 hours or something like that. And then when you get like stickiness, what you want is like if you put your finger on it, you want it to be like you want to leave a fingerprint, but you don't want a lot of epoxy to stick on your finger. And also you shouldn't use like bare hands, but it's important to use what I used was like plastic gloves, because that epoxy here, it's very there's a lot of chemicals. It's corrosive. It's also it gives you allergy. There's a lot of chemicals that in it that's you really don't want it on your skin. And when you get that stickiness, you take this carbon fiber, and because well, you can actually just use like a normal scissor, and you just like cut up the piece of carbon fiber you want, and you like place it onto the sticky epoxy, and then you leave it. I don't remember exactly how long, but I'm gonna put a link to an instruction video which I used for this project. It's from a British site. It's called Easy Composites. It's a very nice instruction video, and it's very easy to follow actually. I bought this carbon fiber from a different site because I think that Easy Composites is quite expensive. So you want to like Google around or check with your local hardware store. And there's a lot of places that actually sell carbon fibers these days. It's becoming quite common. So but back to the project. Like once you have like this epoxy on it, and then you have this material, the carbon fiber material on it. Once that's dried, what you want to do is you want to put on the top coat, which is a different epoxy. I don't remember if this is the top coat or base coat. The label is not so easy to read anymore. I wonder if this, yeah, I can't actually read it because it leaked a little bit. So well, anyways, there are two types of epoxy. That's one for the base coat, and then for the other one for the top coat. And both the base and the top coat comes with a hardener, and you need to mix that in the correct well, yeah, the correct amount. So the base coat is just one coat, but then the top coats are 3 coats. And what you want to do with the top coats is you want to put it on. You wait for, I think that was also 2 hours, something like that, until you get like that stickiness, but you don't want it like to completely harden. Then you put on the second top coat. Again, you wait 2 hours for that stickiness. And the reason for that is like if you wait too long and it becomes completely hard, then the next layer of top coat won't actually like stick properly to the top underneath. So you repeat this process 3 times, and then you have like something like that looks like a little bit like this. I don't know if you can see it. It's a little hard to see because what I've done here is I just left it a very like rough surface, a very rough finish. I didn't bother to try to get like a better finish because this is underneath the car, so you can't actually see it. But what you want to do is, if you want to get that like glass really nice finish, you need to like sand it down. And once you sand it down, you get rid of all these like imperfections, and after that you put like on a very thin layer of top coat. Then you get like a nice finish, which I haven't done here. I just wanted it to be strong and just to hold. So it does seem really strong. It's like, yeah, it feels like, at least that's hard, I guess harder than the plastic. I hope it's gonna hold. I think the carbon fiber, the resin and the mix in itself is very hard. I'm not sure how hard it sticks to the plastic underneath, because what I've done here is like I only put carbon fiber on one side of this tray. In hindsight, what I should have done, I maybe like should have like wrapped it around, because here on the other side I don't have anything. There's a few parts, a few places here where you can see like where it shines through, because here it was cracked. But maybe I should have put like the carbon fiber on both sides. I think maybe that would be an even stronger mix. But I think it's gonna hold. I hope so. I'm not gonna go into too much details about this work, because I think you can follow that link to Easy Composites. They have really great instructions video, and he's very like methodical, and they do know their stuff. And they can explain this a lot better than me. So well, if you have any comments or questions, please leave them. And I also would be very interested if you have like some tips, or yeah, or constructive criticism is also good. That's what I'm hoping to achieve with this video. So I want to like both explain what I've done, but also hopefully some of you guys can explain to me what I could have done different or better. So I hope you like this video. See you. Bye.